It's like you were just trying to say, and I'll tell him what you said if you miss something.
Right. We were talking about this before Karl was going on with this really long, and for Karl, long, a lot more than he normally says, explanation of a reply back to the judge. And I was listening to it, and I said, well, maybe you should just write back and say, Dear Wallace, I know you're really of a lot of cases to handle, but I'm really confused by the reply that you sent me. It's thinking about somebody else's. You please double check and make sure that we're talking about my case, because I certainly wouldn't want to have you accidentally overlook some other poor guy who needs your help.
Yeah, because me and Greg were saying, it's like we know you're a very busy man. It appears that your nonsensical recommendation, you must be referring to another person's case. Because mine is simply a claim. Mine is simply a man making a claim. So that's what I thought was pretty funny. He says, it appears that you are very busy. I said, I know you're a very busy person. Your nonsensical recommendation makes it appear that you are referring to another person's case. I am just a man making a claim. So it was pretty funny. I like how they wrote in this thing that they sent to me. This is what it is. It's a thing. A recommendation from a judge. It's a thing. Because if I answer this thing, I'm bringing the United States District Court to life. So when I respond to this thing, because they don't sign it, they do that robo-signing. They do that silly stamp thing at the bottom. They don't sign this thing. So as soon as a man succumbs or answers to this dribble, this legalese nonsense, he's believing that especially if it's a competent answer, that it kind of makes sense. Like I should say, rubber baby bumper buckers on this thing. You know what I'm saying? 3 times fast. And I should say, I don't know, man. He's speaking legalese to me, man. But I did recognize the date that says June 28th on it, so I figured I better write rubber baby bunky buckers, whatever, damn thing. Because I don't speak freaking legalese. But what was ever funny, it says, Plaintiff has filed a pro se complaint. Really? Plaintiff has filed a pro se complaint in this case, referring to himself as I, a man, prosecutor, against the Department of Human Resources. Plaintiff claims, plaintiff can't make a claim, a plaintiff would be complaining, wouldn't he? Yes, because that's why he's a plaintiff. He's making a plaint. He's making a complaint. He's a plaintiff. He wouldn't be making claims. He'd be making a complaint. Plaintiff claims that the wrongdoer trespassed on his property through a forged instrument, which did and does cause harm and injury to property. See, they put the word his property. I never said his property. I said harm and injury to property. Property is all which is exclusive to man, and which man believes is his right to claim property. I'm not saying his property. I'm not saying my property. I'm just saying property. I don't have to use the word mine. I have to use the word his. Property. I'm making a claim. You trespass upon property. Property only refers to what I believe is inherent within me. So by me saying my property is like saying it twice. It's like saying my mind. They trespass upon my mind. No, they trespass upon property. Property is all what I believe makes up me. So, that's ridiculous to say my property is property. But this guy thinks he needs to correct me by saying my property. It's property, dude. He doesn't know what the word fucking property means. The trespass began in August 2001. Continues at least the filing of this complaint. I never filed a complaint. Plaintiff is seeking $300 gazillion. Yeah, that's fine. That's not what he said, but you know what I'm saying. The court must first know, next paragraph, the court must first know, what court? And he wrote it in lowercase c. I'm the only fucking court standing, and I write my court in uppercase c because even I believe I've relinquished certain rights by filing a claim and now handing it off my claim to a jury. So obviously I have reduced my status to that of a man, and then I'm asking others of mankind to come forward and help me prove my claim or help me with my claim. So obviously my court is going to be an uppercase C, not a lowercase c. When it's just me doing my court right now here, working on my engine, it's lowercase c. Because this is my court, this is my domain right now. Nobody else has any right to this court in this garage right now other than me. The guy who owns this is leaving North Carolina, Myrtle Beach right now. This is my court. This is lowercase c.
Right, Karl, but his court is all uppercase.
Right. Court is all uppercase. You are lowercase. Who the hell does this guy think he is? You better believe the United States District Court is all uppercase C. O-U-R-T. You better believe it. They are bound by certain rules, and they must abide by those fucking rules. If they are bound, they're all uppercase. The slave is all uppercase. I said, that is, however, no matter the court's analysis here. See, this is funny. The guy first says, the court must first note that the review... This is funny. Next time, you guys don't love this. The court must first note that a review of the plaintiff's complaint reveals nothing about the plaintiff's claims. You know how asinine backwards that is? Of course the plaintiff's complaint reveals nothing about the plaintiff's claim, because the plaintiff wanted to make a complaint. So of course there's nothing, I'm not complaining and nothing in my claim. See, first he says it's the plaintiff's complaint.
Oh, there's no plaintiff. First of all, there's no plaintiff.
Right. And then it says it reveals nothing about the plaintiff's claim. Okay, okay, let's flip it around. Plaintiff's claim reveals nothing about plaintiff's complaint. What? It's like saying plaintiff's complaint reveals nothing about plaintiff's complaint, or plaintiff's claim reveals nothing about plaintiff. It's gibberish. I have no idea what this guy's fucking saying. What the fuck do you mean? My complaint reveals nothing about my claim, or my claim reveals nothing about my complaint. It's a claim, dude. It's one sentence, two sentences, I'm done. I'm making a claim. You trespass upon my property, you cause me harm, pay me. It's a claim. Now, the wrongdoers say either, okay, we did do you wrong and we're going to pay you, or say, who the F are you? Why is this magistrate answering for the defendant? I don't have an effing clue, because you better believe if I was being sued, you know, if I was being sued, the United States District Court magistrate certainly wouldn't provide an answer to the United States. So they say the United States government was suing me. Could you imagine a magistrate stepping in and saying to the United States government, oh, you can't sue Karl? Why not? Oh, because, you know what, we don't believe you have jurisdiction over him. So we're going to dismiss your case against Karl. Can you imagine the United States prosecutor saying, what? Magistrate, you want to dismiss because what? You read our case? And since you read our case, you believe that you have the power within you to dismiss it? You're out of your mind. We're taking this thing to trial. So that's what's funny. You know.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Think about this for a second. Earlier in the call, you were telling everybody this guy, Wallace Capel, just happened to be the guy who was the administrator over DHR when all this stuff went down.
No, Mark Fulton. Mark Fulton.
Okay, right. And he's talking to this guy as the magistrate.
Right. And the clerk just happened, and the clerk just happened to put Mark Fuller in charge. And she knows he was in charge of the DHR when this all went down.
Right, and so Mark Fuller told Wallace Capel, make this go away.
Yep. Because, like I said, when they were right, Greg is correct. When they were on federal probation, the judge that they assigned to my case, the chief judge, Mark Fuller, was in charge of DHR. Does that make any sense?
Right. So now what happens? So really, because Mark Fuller is actually the guy who has control over DHR.
Back in like 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, when my kid was taken, yes, he's the one I'm honestly supposed to be suing.
Well, but so he could be answering on behalf of DHR.
Oh, you better believe it. I know exactly what he's doing.
Right. He's basically, that's why he's acting like DHR's attorney.
And that's right. And that's why they're trying to dismiss this case as fast as they can. And this is why I'm bringing it up to their attention. It's like, you don't think I'm fully aware that Mark Fuller was the chief judge in charge of the Federal District Court, at the time that DHR was on probation, and every time DHR wanted to do something, they had to get okay through the chief judge's office. And you don't think I know that he's liable for failing to train, discipline, and monitor and supervise the DHR when they were under his control. Because it wasn't under the state of Alabama's control at that time. The governor was pissed. The governor finally got control back of his DHR, I think, in 2007. But 2007, I got my kid back. So see, for those 6 years, Mark Fuller was in charge. Isn't that interesting? Does it kind of make sense?
You might have to move this to Tennessee.
Well, like I said, Greg, and this is why I'm lining all the ducks up in a row to show these people And look, you know, at this time I do not wish to sue the chief judge who's presiding on my case, but honestly, it's all his fault.